There are cold cases, and then there are the kinds of cases that seem to echo through time, the ones that refuse to die, no matter how many years pass. These are the cases that keep investigators awake at night, long after the evidence has gone cold and the leads have dried up. This video is about one such case. A mystery so deep, so disturbing, and so unresolved that even seasoned detectives still refer to it as the one that haunts them to this day. Today, we dive into a case that has confounded authorities, captivated the public, and left behind more questions than answers. A case without closure. A case that remains open, not just in official files, but in the minds of those who worked it. The nature of the crime. To understand why this case remains so haunting, we have to look at the crime itself. Often, the most perplexing cases are the ones where the crime appears almost impossible. There's no clear motive, no strong suspects. Sometimes, not even a known victim. In this particular case, everything about it defied logic. The victim was discovered in a public place, under circumstances that suggested careful planning, but also, inexplicably, total randomness. Forensic evidence was limited. Surveillance footage, if any, revealed nothing useful. And the crime scene? Meticulously clean, yet chilling in its implications. It seemed both spontaneous and premeditated, a contradiction that baffled professionals. The investigation from day one, law enforcement poured resources into solving the case. Local police departments collaborated with federal agencies. Tip lines were flooded. Sketches were drawn. Crime scene analysts went over every inch of evidence. But everything led to a dead end. Key witnesses either disappeared, changed their stories, or weren't reliable to begin with. Potential suspects were cleared, one after another. Psychological profilers were brought in to try and build a portrait of the killer, but even they couldn't find a common thread. The case file ballooned into thousands of pages. Investigators re-interviewed witnesses, ran new forensic tests as technology evolved, and even consulted international experts. But still, no arrests, no confessions, no closure. The psychological toll. It's not just the case itself that makes it haunting. It's the effect it had on the people trying to solve it. Several detectives who worked the case have spoken publicly about how it changed them. Some left law enforcement altogether. Others admitted the case followed them home at night, affecting their sleep, their families, and their mental health. What makes a case haunt someone isn't just the brutality, it's the silence that follows. When there's no one to hold accountable, no justice for the victim, and no real explanation, it leaves a lingering sense of failure. That's what happened here. It wasn't just unsolved, it was personal. Public obsession. The case didn't just haunt police. It haunted the public. From the beginning, it attracted media attention, not just for the mystery, but for the strange, eerie details that surrounded it. True crime forums, online sleuth communities, and amateur investigators took a deep interest in trying to crack the code the authorities couldn't. Thousands of theories emerged. Some were plausible, others were wild. A few gained serious traction and even pushed law enforcement to reconsider certain angles. But none led to resolution. Every few years, the case resurfaces in new documentaries, podcasts, Reddit threads. And each time, it sparks a renewed sense of urgency. Yet, despite all this attention, no one has ever come forward with definitive answers. Unsolved elements. Part of what makes this case so enduring is the sheer number of unexplained elements. The timeline doesn't quite add up. A piece of clothing that should have been there wasn't. A mysterious phone call, never traced. An anonymous tip that turned out to be fabricated. A piece of physical evidence that vanished from the evidence room. Individually, these things might be explainable. Together, they paint a picture of a case that feels almost cursed, or at the very least, manipulated. Whether by an incredibly clever perpetrator or by circumstances no one could control, something about this case resists clarity. With no resolution, the door is wide open for theories. Some rational, some conspiratorial. Here are the main categories. The lone offender theory. This theory suggests that one person, acting entirely alone, committed the crime. They left behind minimal evidence, had no connection to the victim, and simply vanished afterward. Clean, methodical, and possibly opportunistic. The inside job theory. This posits that someone connected to the investigation, or at least to the victim, played a role in hiding the truth. Thank you for watching. If this case intrigued you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another deep dive into the world's most chilling mysteries.